So for now, we have completed 50% of our work. How I am saying 50% is using this pictorial, we can able to access our database using the application we created. So API can able to create or update a database. So what we need to do is now we need to create this part. Now whatever the end user is giving, we need to get that, and we need to process the or send the data to database. We need to create that part. For that, we need to create a controller for that. So I will be adding a new folder for saving all controller files. So due to this is a simple application, we'll be having a single controller, but in a real time people will be having a total of n number of controllers. So they will be saving, or they will have a folder structure like this. So create a new controller and give its name as employee controller. So each and every controller needs to be ended in the form of in the prefix like controller. So the the suffix controller is must for all the context files. So I'll be adding employee in the prefix and clicking and add. So change the controller to controller base and remove the old already created file. So in this stage what we need to do is, here we will be getting an interface instance here. So for that I'll be adding a new folder for that. So don't skip any of the time here, please try it completely. So interface, so anyhow we are going to use only one interface and one implementation here. Anyway, we can choose it by using a folder structure itself, so that you can learn how folder structure works. Interface and all the implementation will be take care of by the folder here. So let me create a new interface or class here and name it as I employee employee.cs. Click on add and add change in class to interface. Now add your method you wanted. In our case we'll be getting list of employees in our first API. So it's not recognized here. What you need to do is, it's already showing here, show potential fixes. For that we need to enter alt enter or control dot. I'll be clicking on control enter and click using models and give get all employees. This is the name of, this will be the name of our implementation. So let's implement in here. So add class employee repository. since let me change the name of the interface here to iEmployee repository and change the name here too. Sorry, it's already been created here. So what we need to do is inherit in the newly created class. So it's not recognized, so we need to click on control and dot, click on using Techie demo application dot interface. This Techie information dot interface is the namespace name of this class. So each and every class will be identified using these namespace classes throughout our application, and we need to implement our interface classes. For this, what you need to do is click control dot and click on implement interface. So this will create a new interface class. So let's get back to our controller work. Public employee controller, employee controller. This will hold our repository here, and let's give it a name. So it is not recognized here. What we need to do is click on that and click on control dot and click on using Techie dot interface. Now it will be recognized, and just close the braces. So we need to save this iEmployee repository in the local repository, and for that what we need to do is create a private variable iComp repository and so this is what people will be doing all over the world. So we have saved it, and now what we need to do is we need to route this, which means route. In this part we need to add API slash controller, which means why I am specifying this in braces is it will be replaced by employee. So if we are having another constructor and we have another controller means, so that will be replaced here. Like if you have a controller like company controller, so we need to call the end user need to call API slash company slash, like that. So in this in our example, what we need to what end user will be using is API slash employee itself. So this controller won't be considered as here. So API slash employee is our controller name here, so that will be replaced by here. So now we need to specify this as API controller. This way .NET Core won't get confused, or the MVC application won't get confused as a normal controller file. So for now we need to create a new method which will take care of public list employee. So employee is not recognized here. What we need to is control dot and click on using. Now get all controller. So API will always have a different type of methods. One is post, one is get, one is patch, and one is delete, and there is also another two available. So what get will do is it will not expect any input but gives you the output. And post, what will be post doing is it will get some data, like it will be having a, if we need to add some data or login let me give you an example is, so if you need to add or sign a process, and a user has added every possible fields, and they will be sending a JSON data as employee, and we need to save that to database, means that will be considered as a post call. For get call, it doesn't need any input, but what it give as response is list of employees, so we never got any here, not all code put it in. Okay, in the next step what we need to do is, let's try each and everything in a try catch. So since it is night time, I'm hearing so many sounds, that's why I'm looking little scared. So get employees, where employee is equal to employee repository dot get all employees. This will get all our employees, and this will get all employees and assign this to employees variable, and we can able to return our employees to the end user. So what controller basically does is, so for now let me throw an exception. Just for satisfying this, we will be changing that later in the next part, not in this part. Okay, so in this stage what we'll be doing is a controller will get, I forgot to mention this as http get, and we need to route this as route, means we need to redirect this call to this method. So each and every call will be handled in here, and what it basically does is it will be redirecting to this controller. Since the API/controller is redirected here, that will be redirected to this class, and from this class, using the end route, the method will be decided in the runtime, like get all employees. So I'm stupid here, I added as a controller. It doesn't mean we need to have a same name here. So if end user gives API/employee/get all employees, means that API call will be transferred to this public method. That's how it works. And now what we need to do is write the code. So this implementation part, in this repository, in the constructor, what we will be having is a context as a input. We will be having an context file as an input parameter. I will explain it in the later part how it will be coming, but for now I'll just use it employee context, and let me name it as db context. Now let me save it in a private variable employee db context, and now we can save or assign the value to our constructor. I have created a new private variable and assigning the constructor fields constructor to this employee. And now let's do our work sincerely. If employee context is not null, now we can enter inside and get all employees, where employees equal to employee db context dot employees. So it's not recognizing. Let me check what is the problem. So the default access specifier is private in C#, so let me change that to public. And now let's try this in now dot employee. Just we got it, and employees dot, let me change that to list. In this case we will be getting all the employees in the list format, which will taken care of by this. So now return all employees over here. So if the employee context is not null, then return null. So as already specified, this is not the correct format to redirect or send the response. What we need to do is, let me check it afterwards in the second or the next part of this video. Okay, so in the next part what I'll be doing is I'll be creating a new method with the correct API format. This is for testing and to see if the API is working or not. Okay, so the end user will access the API using API/employee/get all employees, and the method will be redirected here. And now what our application will be doing is using this repository pattern. This will transfer our work to this method. Since we already added employee context DB, the employees, all our data will be handled over here, and it will be converting that to list, and it will return to all employees. In the stage we'll be having everything in this response, and the data will be transferred to employees. So let me check over it. Click on IIS Express. The application is still loading, and I don't have a Postman installed in my application in my machine. So what I'll be using is, I have a new extension in Chrome, that is Talented API Tester. This is from Google, so you can download it by using RESTlet client Chrome. Click on enter. So you can able to install it using by clicking this. So we can able to test it. So the application is loading, and we got hello world from our application. and what I'll be doing is copying it and I'll be pasting it here, and add API slash employee slash, in our application it will be this employee slash get all employees. Since it is HTTP GET method, let me choose it as GET and click on send. We are getting 404 error, and looks like it is just an error in here. So the problem here is a configuration issue. So what we need to do is we need to transfer all endpoints to the corresponding controllers. Endpoints dot map controllers. So in this way we can able to transfer all our API calls to the corresponding controller class file and to the specific controller method file also. So last time what we got is an hello world. This time let us check if it works. Recording for a long time. I don't know what is the problem. Let it run. So in the meantime let us check. This is what I have pre-filled in the last time. So browser is closed. We got an error. That's not a problem. So let's test it by clicking on send. We got an error 500, which is unable to resolve service for type iEmployee repository. Okay, we did one more problem here. What we need to do is, this is also a configuration issue, services dot add controllers, and in the next step what we need to do is services dot add scoped iEmployee repository, link that to employee repository. So previously I said how the data will be sent to, so like how the constructor data will be sent here. The answer is we will be setting the data here. The service will get a whole had a scope for iEmployee repository, and it will be linked using the singleton pattern. We are assigning iEmployee repository to employee repository, and the same service will be holding the database instance also. So the iEmployee repository will be transferred to controller, and the employee repository or context, that add context or DB context, will be transferred to this employee repository. That's how we got DB context for the repository problems, and controller we are getting the iRepository problem. So let's try running this again. Okay, on the next step what we need to do is services dot add MVC dot set compatibility version of version 2.1. so it's giving us error. Let me, the problem is compatibility version 2.1 is obsolete. This compatibility value is obsolete. The recommended alternative versions are version 3 underscore 0 or later. Okay, let me change this to 3 underscore 0. Now the error is gone. So let's test it now. Since it is a new application, we need to configure all our initial setups, and if it succeeded we can create as many as such as controllers and repositories or interface, anything like that, and you can even add as many tables or as many values as can. So this is how it works. Let me load API tester also. So this is a basic tester, so there is no need for us to download a Postman kind of a big heavy loaded applications. So for basic testing this is enough for us. For extreme or expert level testing we can install a Postman. For that I think we got the application has been redirected to our method. So let me explain is, this is the API link that we got using the browser here, and now API/employee/get all employees. So that will be using choose by using API/employee will be changed here, and now get all employees routed the application here. So let us choose, click on F10 to debug the application, click F10 again. So this will be sending our application to here, and employee dot toString. So we got counts as 0 because we never added any rows in the any data in the database. For checking that too, there is no data. So what we got is, we got a 200 response, which is a success response from the API. So let's add some data and test the same again. So to add the data, what we need to do is create add DB context and override something like on model changed creating, and in this we'll be getting a model builder. So to add the test data, what we need to do is create an employee DB context and override a method called on model creating. So in this we are getting a property called model builder. So model builder dot entity of employee dot has data. We need to add as many employees for the hard-coded version. So for now what I'll be doing is adding a new employee of name equal to something like Vinod, address equal to some other address, and age equal to 25, company name as BNY, just a data, age is just a number, and finally employee ID. We don't need to specify the employee ID. Let me add employee ID equal to 1. So I will be adding the same test data more than once. So I'll be changing the same name to Venkat India, change the age, change the name, and change the employee ID to 2. Now add our third data. Third data will be and 35 to 45. Add this as nodes, just for joking, and now we added our hard-coded data. Now what we need to do is we need to since we changed the DB context, we need to follow the same step we followed here, which is add migration test employee data added, click on enter. So let us be sure if the migration is added in the migration folder. So test employee data has been added here. So let's update the database. Now enter it and click on this. In this stage it is done. Let's check in our database. Oh yes, we got all the data we entered over there. And now what we need to do is just click on the build in here and click on rebuild the application. So it is succeeded. Let us run the application. So there are so many techniques people used to hack our website when there is no concept of web API or the REST API. So one of the famous technique is SQL injection. So what it means is they will be directly hitting our database without any third-party tools or anything. Technically talented person can able to do that. So using this we can change that. So whatever the data we will be end user will be sending, the data will be sent to the end user back if it with the error itself. So all employees, employee.toString contains all employees, and it all contains all the data, and we got the data in the. So if you are using a mobile or so let me explain it one more thing clearly is so it doesn't need to be a website itself. If it is a mobile phone, or if it is a iOS phone, or if it is a Windows exe application, so anything we can access this API and get the data. So writing a single API can able to access we can able to access using a multiple mobile devices also. So there is no need for our mobile application to directly contact our database for the sake of our testing, and this will so write once and this can be sent to multiple devices also. That's what the benefit of mobile REST API also. So which means the end user like them 1 2 3 4, the all the end users are able to call this method to get all the employees, and what they will be sending is they don't need to send any data. So click while they send the data to HTTP via HTTP client, they will get this data as their responses with response number as 200. So this is what REST API means, and we have seen how multiple platforms can able to access our API itself. In this way what we need to do is we need to create a new, if it is a mobile platform, and if it is an iOS platform, or if it is an exe application, we need to directly contact our database, which will make hackers to easily access our database without any knowledge of developers also. That became a main problem for all the peoples, and we just created a new API. This is called a new API, and in the next part what we will be doing is how to create a standard new API. This is not a standard. I will accept that. Let us choose a standard way of creating an API. Okay, now until then, bye.